Welcome everybody. It's Josh. It's Simon. This is Time Zones and Time Eaters. No,
It is.
is
Yeah. Yeah.
is that the show? What it is? Is that the show?
You made me doubt there for a second. Yeah.
So guys, people who are joining in today, we are a weekly meetup on YouTube on across Zoom, and essentially we upload it and we chat about music. And today we're going to be playing. I guess like material that people have written to us about, right? So these are people that have reached out to us on Instagram, who have said, "Hey, check out our album, check out our music." And so we decided to make a little feature episode today and just sort of do a blind, like, have a look and
Or listening.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and who knows if you guys are in the, right mood, you might find something that's fantastic for you guys, right? Like fingers crossed. So we'll find out.
Usually the quality is very high, I think. So the first one I have up here in my DMs is from Starfish 64. Independent artist, contemporary progressive rock is the description. I don't know where they are from, if it's a one-man band or a several-piece band. But the one song I got here on YouTube is called Yesterday's Favorite Smile, and it's from 2023, so it's not their latest. As a matter of fact, it's from their 2018 album The Future in Reverse.
Yesterday's favorite smile, tomorrow's sad remains. Yesterday's best love gains, tomorrow's prison chains. Yesterday's secret spot.
Okay, I have to talk a little.
Yeah. Tell me about it. What do you think so far?
Well, first of all, you always get like a good start with me if you're having like a bass intro or something, the bass doing stuff, like in this case. So that I like. I have to say that the production is like good separation. It sounds very professional. No, it's not only a treble, or like thin sound. It sounds very, very full. I'm not so good with describing those kind of things. I think the singer has a unique voice. It sounds very like alt rock-ish, kind of like what are they called? The MGMT kids, or like all those little.
Oh, do you think so? I got different vibes altogether. I got more like the world is a beautiful place and I'm not afraid to die kind of lyrics. Like in terms of like the soundscape. So very similar in terms of that sort of indie. Like there's some very similar vocal qualities, I think, between the lead singer of that band and this one. But that was the first thing that came to me straight away. But I see what you kind of mean. You should definitely play The World is a Beautiful Place and do a comparison later, especially if you're tuning in at home.
Yeah, no, regarding singing style, or like how his voice is, I had to think about MGMT, and that kind of singers. Okay, should we travel on?
Yeah. Let's continue.
Tomorrow's nasty habits, yesterday's highest high, tomorrow's so damn low. Time and time again, when the sky's clearing, one moment of bliss, time and time again, voice
like modern Marillion.
You're the Marillion fan, bro.
Yeah,
You're the big.
I think it's in that category. I enjoy this a lot. I will play a little piece of later in the song. See if
Yeah,
it
I
has a
mean
different.
yeah, because it's got that those repetitive sort of motifs, bass line, beats, all of that sort of stuff at the moment. I'm interested to see where it goes.
Yeah, it's only 4 minutes 30 seconds. It can't go too crazy all over the place, but we'll see.
When the sky's clearing, moment of bliss. Time and time again, a voice from deep inside, mirages of awareness. See your own self. Time and time again.
Right, nice. Yeah, totally Marillion in like could be of the Brave album, like that kind of Marillion vibe it has. It's not. It's somewhere between prog rock and U2. It's like a capital P prog. It's more of this
I
alt
thought
rock spacey
I thought
vibe.
that guitar.
I love it though.
I thought the
Yeah,
guitar
nice.
layer was great. I thought
Yeah,
once that was in
totally.
there, I was on board. So I'm very very happy to listen to music like that. I think it's quite cool. But yeah, that to me that level or layer was really awesome, where they just added the guitar part and you got a bit of a solo slash. But I like the way it just worked into everything. So I thought it was really classily done. So that's cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
Ah,
good work, Starfish 64.
Starfish 64. Very cool. So I was going to pick Sulphurous Sea by Flake of a Memory. Actually, no, it's Flake of a Memory by Sulphurous Sea. Okay, so Sulphurous Sea is a Swedish instrumental progressive rock band with an atmospheric and cinematic sound image. They formed in 2024 by Ellis Eriksson, who was the only member until the beginning of 2026 when Victor Hurst on guitar joined as well. They're influenced by prog of the early 70s. So I've just opened up the album on Tidal and I'm having a quick look at it, and the first opening track is 23 minutes. So this is prog, man.
Nice.
Then
Nice,
after
nice,
that, you
nice.
have the title track, which is 4 minutes long, Flake of a Memory. What should we do? Should we have a look at the epic, or do you want to go into like the title?
Yeah, give me some bits and pieces from the epic.
Okay.
At least I think that's fun.
I mean, who would have thought you'd pick the epic, Simon? Footsteps. Okay, so we got a sort of bit of a build, a nice beginning. Wouldn't you agree?
Nice, like very Tony Banks-ish keyboards there.
Yeah, it's quite an ambient sort of sound just to begin as well. So let's jump ahead a minute and we'll check it out. By the way, for those
Yep.
tuning in at home, like we haven't heard these, or at least I haven't heard any of them. So
Nope,
so
nope,
this
me neither.
is us uncovering it as we go. Let's have a look and see where it's going a minute later. The suspense. Okay, I'll fast forward a little bit more. So we got like obviously there's organ sounds, the wind's still in the background as well for those listening carefully. We'll jump forward another about a minute, I'd say. Let's have a look here. Okay, I liked where that sort of went. What do you think?
Yeah, it's obviously very keyboard heavy, and those keyboard sounds a lot like Tony Banks, I think. So it gives very much of like a early Genesis vibe. Although I would say they would never have made this long of a keyboard section. So I'm interested into where it goes. I mean, it's you
Yeah,
know,
because we're 5 minutes in, right?
yeah,
So we're
yeah,
5 minutes
yeah.
into it, and
I wonder how what is it in 10 minutes in if
you're
it's gonna be keep on being a keyboard
see, and that's the other thing as well. Is like
galore.
I really like those sort of slow builds. I like the fact that it doesn't seem like there's too many notes at the moment as well. For me, that's kind of a sweet spot where we've got like just a tune that we're sort of following with a few layers, which is good. So look, I'll jump ahead a few minutes. We'll have a look at like
Yeah.
10-minute mark and we'll check it out. So this is halfway roughly through the track. All right, let's go. Some tension.
Am I am I picking up some static, or is that from my earphones?
It might be, but there's definitely like we've got some sort of wavering sort of sounds in the background, but not static that I got. Let's go a little bit further ahead and let's have a look. Look, this looks like they've got patience and they like to build, right? And so I
Yeah.
like this. I like this. I'll jump a bit further ahead.
So it's only keyboards then.
This sounds like guitar now. Or at least I
Well,
picked up on that. Let's have a let's.
yeah.
I think this is where. So we're now like 14 minutes in.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's a guitar.
All right, I'll jump ahead again. All right, I'll do two more jumps. We're now at 18 minutes.
And so far, this is my favorite section.
Yeah, I mean I quite like the guitar as well before, which is definitely my sort of jam in terms of like guitar sounds and stuff. But yeah, so yeah, I'm enjoying this as well. I think this is the kind of sort of track that I'd have on in the background while I'm sort of cooking or something, right? Like it's one of those sort of chill tracks which will go somewhere that I'd probably fall in love with if I've heard enough. But it's definitely kind of you need to be in the right mood, kind of
Yeah.
chill vibes.
This is the wrong setting, I would say. It's like it gives me a little bit Jean-Michel Jarre, like that it's it's all more or less composed for the keyboards, and when you have like a well, despite also in the guitars, then um, like the demands on the performer gets really high. I maybe would enjoy it even more if it had the rhythm section as well.
Oh yeah, just got some
That it
extra
could, yeah, with like a guitar, a bass guitar and drums to just. Uh,
drive
it doesn't have
drives.
to be on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. But that but that is maybe also because I just expected it,
Yeah,
so I was
right.
waiting for it. Yeah. All right.
Look, what I'll do is I'll chuck on just 1 minute from the end, right? And we'll
Yeah.
have a look and see if it's got some form of like crescendo, whether or not it's just going to continue this kind of like ebb and flow, right? Okay, look, I think this is the kind of thing that I could definitely enjoy. I'm not 100%. I reckon I need to sit down, play through the album a few times, and just sort of see how it sort of resolves, and whether or not this is something that I really, really love and want to play over and over and over, or whether or not this is just something that's just really like kind of beautiful, quite lovely. But yeah, no, it's cool. Something different too for me, which is great. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, well, it sounds a lot like oh man, what is it? That Genesis song. Um,
I
it's not a
definitely.
trick of the tail. The one with the alien.
It'll probably come to you as we're playing the other stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one one I have is Fest. It's a German thing, uh, and it is, I think, progressive rock or metal. I believe I was approached by the drummer here, but I'm not 100% sure. I actually kind of go in blindly on this thing. The track is called Have Faith in Thrills. It is from 2018. All right, shall we just try it?
Yeah, Lan, let's go. Let's go.
All right. It's on Bandcamp. All right. Initial thoughts?
It's very you.
Yeah, it is.
This is very Simon track, everybody. Look, it's 70s. It's funky. The guitar sounds like it's straight out of like, I don't know.
Yeah, where those
That
keyboards
era.
and guitars are hitting, like the first 5 seconds, I'm already like, yes, I wish it was this. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's absolutely my kind of jam.
Yeah.
Awesome, cool.
I've been like sapped back in time. That's for sure. The first thing that came to me was just like, yeah, okay, let's go.
All right, let's go. By the way, the Genesis track I thought about there was the opening from Foxtrot, Watcher of the Skies.
Oh, right. No, I see. I see where you're coming from with that one. Sorry.
With like that keyboard intro.
Yeah. That's right. And the
Okay.
yeah. Sorry. Continue. What about this one?
Yeah, I will fast forward a little bit to like to the third in. This seems to be instrumental as well. It's very loud here. I can't find the volume button on Bandcamp.
I think it's
Is there
all right.
one?
It's not too bad.
Yeah. All right. Then I will
I
just
mean,
lower
sorry
it.
for those at home. If you
Oh, do you hear that too?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The people at home are gonna love
Okay,
this
never
part.
I
wouldn't worry too much
to,
about it.
to edit. Yeah, okay. No, and if I see here, it says Pepe Schwartz plays guitar and synths, Oliver Hopp synths and keys, Daniel Mast plays drums, and Mattes Schumer plays bass. So there's no vocalist listed, so I think it's all instrumental. It's a little bit like in the vein of Gösta Berling's Saga, if you know that band. I would say I enjoy this a lot. Should we listen to the last section? Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
work
the
with
end.
that.
The ending got me. I like that. So
Oh, yeah.
it needed that. I thought for me anyway
Yeah.
to be go. Oh, that's a bit exciting. That's where it's like I like that kind of up tempo. I like the sounds. I like the whole lot of that. Actually, that was cool.
Yeah, so that was Fest, I guess, for fans of bands like Gösta Berling Saga and like this instrumental kind of old school sounding prog. Well, I would say that this is interesting. Yeah, cool. What you got?
Okay, mate. So my next one was a band called Anyone. Now, apparently these guys are based in Southern California. They're led by a guy called Riz Story, Rudolph Ivan Zala. They released their 2001 self-titled album on Roadrunner Records, and these guys reached out and basically told me to check them out. The track we're going to be listening to is called Echoes of Man, because that's the one that they sent through. So let's check it out and let's see what they have to offer us. Okay, so what's your first off thoughts?
The production is a bit thin, but like stylistically, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the percussion is kind of cool. It's just got enough in it to make me quite interested. And I get the feeling this is going to go somewhere as well. So I'm going to fast forward a bit and we'll check out where they're at like 2 minutes in.
In the haze, a
Awesome.
remembrance gone by. Briefly we smiled, no one left to remember. Echoes of them fade away. Once there was time in those gardens of splendor. Miracles flew on the earth shining new. Timeless the sea as we swam.
I did not expect this. Like I didn't expect that at all based on the introductory. So
Good vocalist.
yeah, I quite like the sound, right, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so look, let's check it
Nice
out.
work
Let's,
with the volume pedal there from the guitarist. Yeah.
yeah, all right. So we'll jump ahead to 4 minutes in because it's a 12-minute track. Let's have a
Yep.
look.
Gone by.
Yeah, it's very different. I'm jumping ahead again.
Eyes and miss the bliss and nail their life unto this cross. Only faith and grace is lost.
I really like the drummer.
Yeah.
He's being very busy, and I think it sounds great that he's being is doing that with the toms and the cymbals, and I I like what the guitarist is doing as well. Right now, this was not very complex things, but I think it serves the song very good. And I like the that is kind of like with this kind of track, you don't expect that heavy pumping of the bass drum. So that is a bit creative, I would say. I like that. It was a bit unexpected.
There's some interesting stuff here. I've just
Yeah.
Wikipedia'd them, right? So it
Hmm.
says here, anyone is a band from Southern California, which I mentioned before, led by Riz Story. They released a 2001 self-title on the records. But it says the history here. And the history is interesting because Story, then aged 26, drummer Taylor Hawkins and John Davidson, 21, met in 1992 and formed a band called Story called Blash Meth. Davidson left the band, moving to Seattle, and joined Sky Cries Mary in 1993, and then later Yes. And then guitarist Sean Murphy joined at the same stage while the band changed its name to Sylvia, who I have heard stuff from before.
So did you say he went to Yes?
Yeah, that's what it says here. And then, and as I said, like I've heard of Sylvia as well. My cat's just jumped on my lap. And then here's the next part. Then Hawkins joined Sass Jordan's touring band in 1994 and later played the Foo Fighters. Played with the Foo Fighters. And Murphy began works with bands Magdalene and Devorum and pursued a solo career. So Story recruited Dave Nipples Murray on drums and Static on bass, and the band became Anyone in 1995. So these guys have got like some, they've sort of flirted with quite a few quite popular
What
bands.
was the name of this guitar player?
So drummer Taylor Hawkins, but later on it says they've got Nipples Murray. Hold on. So Johnny Ransom replaced Murray as the drummer in 2002, and both Ransom and Static were replaced in 2004 by Mike Boano as drummer and Mickey Black as guitarist and keyboardist, and Miles Martin on bass. So these guys have obviously had like a bit of a rotating lineup, if you will.
So so basically, this is the band where band members join other bands that blow up.
I don't know if it might. Yeah, it looks like it might be a little bit like that, which is interesting. Look, I mean, I'm digging this at the moment. Shall we continue? Sorry to interrupt
Yeah, yeah.
everyone who was
What was the
vibing.
name? What's the name of the band again?
Anyone, ANY 0. I mean, ONE. Let's fast forward a bit. Check it out. So, what do you think, man? What's your sort of thoughts on
I'm
this?
trying to get the, like indeed you say, John Davison. Yeah, that's the current singer of Yes. This is not him singing. I'm trying to go like
I've
it's
got,
such a
I've,
complex. It's like it's kind of like how everyone is related to everybody within a certain number of steps, right?
yeah.
Like, in what way is now this band related to Yes and Foo Fighters? Like, I know you just said it, but
Yeah, no, it's interesting because I've got another man, the write up that they've got with the biography and titles interesting too. So do you want me to read it? Are you interested?
yeah, sure, go.
Look, people at home can cop it. Like, who cares? The majority of Roadrunner Records roster is comprised of heavy metal acts, including Slipknot, Machine Head, etc. But the Huntington Beach CA trio, Anyone, is an exception to the rule with their Jane's Addiction, Faith No More, Tool hybrid. That's what they're being called. Originally founded in 1995 as the group Sylvia, not to be confused with the early 70s disco band, and comprised of members Riz Story, vocals, guitar, Taylor Hawkins on drums, and Juano on bass. The group's lineup splintered soon after, however, with Hawkins going on to join the Alanis Morissette's band and the Foo Fighters. Yeah, then it says, undeterred, Story recruited newcomers Dave Nibbles Murray on drums and a gentleman named Static on bass, choosing the name Anyone. The new group built up a sizable following in the Orange County area with their trippy alt-rock sound, resulting in the release of their self-issued debut record, Live Acid, in 1999. An ensuing bidding war among record labels broke out, with Roadrunner being the winners, as the trio went to work with renowned producer Rick Parashar from Pearl Jam and Blind Melon at Seattle's London Bridge Studios in May 2000. A year later, the group's self-titled debut release for Roadrunner was released. Now, look, that is quite the write-up.
Sure.
It's definitely it's definitely got something like interesting happening here. And I like the sound. I like what's happening. Like you said, the drumming was pretty cool. I like the guitar as well,
the
and I thought
drumming is
yeah, I thought the composition seemed pretty interesting as well, and funky.
this is good. This is good stuff. Absolutely.
So maybe these guys are. I mean, I don't know. Look, I'd love to know what you guys think at home. I really would, especially considering we've just tried two different bios just to find out more about these guys. So yeah. Anyway, I'm sure there's a few listeners out there who tend to comment, who have all sorts of background knowledge. So maybe you guys can enlighten us. But yeah, no, I'm going to give this a thumbs up for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you got next, my friend?
All right, so I think this will be my last. I managed to find a band called Broken Springs. They added me on Instagram. Terrible with selling themselves because they did not have a link to their music on Instagram. But I managed to find it on YouTube. So this is their latest.
What was their name again? Let's try that again.
So the name of the band is Broken Springs, and they are progressive rock from Hungary. I actually been listening to some Hungarian prog lately, so maybe let's see if I recognize any Locomotive GT or Omega 8 in this band. But yeah, so Hungarian prog rock, Broken Springs, with a single Rachel Revisited. Let's see if it is something. I think that there is some kind of a breaking point. Well, maybe it's just that you have to accept it sometimes, and then it's not a bad thing if you have a very heavy accent when you're singing.
What are you trying to say here? Hold on, help me out. What are you saying?
I mean, obviously, this is not a native English-speaking person who's singing.
Right, I see what you're saying. Yep.
And sometimes it's like I know, for example, Eloy, the German band Eloy, they have like it's the same, but then it's then I think it's not per se bad. Then it can even be like it gives some personality to it. So maybe I'll just have to rewire myself and
So
and then I appreciate
can
that
I
accent.
summarize? Are you saying you don't dig the accent?
There was like, well, my first thing was like, why doesn't she sing in Hungarian?
All
Uh,
right.
but let's see. Maybe I come around on it.
Kings on well-shaped legs, exceptional glasses lying on dirty beds. Hold on, girl. Pretend to be alright. Stay up through the night. Close your eyes. I can't walk away.
Okay, I'll fast forward a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaks the silence and stands up for the
All right. What are your thoughts?
I don't mind the lyricist or the lyrics and the vocals at all. I think they're good. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but my grandfather was Hungarian, so I grew up with a very strong Hungarian accent in my life throughout my sort of early years.
Oh yeah,
So,
Magyar. Yeah.
but yeah, his name was Laszlo. But yeah, so that was so maybe. I don't know. Whenever I hear that accent, I don't notice it as much. So maybe I've got a bit of an ear to it.
Oh yeah.
But in saying that, look, I like it. This has clearly got some like funky little like I don't know what it's a fusion of, but it's definitely I like kind of the rhythm. I like the sort of vibe of it a little bit too. I don't mind the sort of bass and sort of the tempo that it is kind of set in it. But I don't know. Like it's I think it's cool. It's something different, and it's definitely something that I check out. I actually quite like the vocals. Um, yeah, I think this is a band that I might play through and just check out some of their stuff a little bit later.
Okay, nice. But then I like it way more when the drums and the lead guitar and that stuff. Then I think it became way more interesting. I thought the beginning was not so interesting, but then right
I
now
thought
it's
like the
opens
groove
up,
was good. I thought the groove was
Yeah,
good, but in saying that too, like how long it would sit with me because I just haven't listened to something with that kind of a thing. I thought, oh, I'd be in the mood to listen to something like that today. So, hey,
cool, cool.
yeah. Look, we've been going for a little while now. How about we call it there for this afternoon? What do you reckon?
Sure.
So thank you everybody for tuning in, for joining us. Thank you so much for the recommendations. Shout out to the bands. Definitely check them out. Is it possible for us to let's put the bands in like the description or something, and we'll
Yeah, of course.
reach out to them that way. And
Yeah.
but yeah, so thank you so much for joining us. If you have extra information about these bands, or you know them, or anyone's a fan, please shout out. Yeah, we'd love to hear what your perspectives are and what you think of it as well. But Simon, my friend, until next week,
Gosh.
I'll
Yes.
see you soon. Peace
All
out,
right,
everyone
man.
else.
Peace
Bye.
out. Peace in the Middle East. Yo.